Hello and welcome back everybody to Chellington Farm. We have now bought our JCB 435S wheel loader, and this is going to be used for selling the silage. We have lots to sell, so this is desperately needed. There wasn't really much chance of me using that little New Holland, although I could use that as well, possibly. It just depends how quickly this thing can get it done. It should be able to do it fairly quickly if it's on courseplay. Much quicker than I could do it. But we'll head down to the sell point, which is where the silage is, and we'll get a courseplay course set up, and then we'll be able to crack on with the harvest, and hopefully it'll be able to just get on in its own time selling that silage, and we should have plenty of money by the end of it. So let's head down there. So now we need to actually set up the course. Now I'm going to do this as like a how-to for people who are unsure of how to do it. I have also been very unsure of how to do it for months before, but I did do another tutorial, I think it was a few months ago now, and I actually mastered it at that time. So there should be no problems this time. Now we want to be, first of all, in this setting here. This is the shovel. Down at the bottom, like a green, I don't know what it is, I guess it's a shovel, but that's where you want to be. Also, I usually put the actual shovel on the loader right up here, that way it doesn't touch the pit when I'm actually driving over, because we don't really need to pick anything up when we're setting the course. So when you're on the right setting, you need to press start course recording, and you'll see it's put the first marker on. We need to drive forwards, slowly ideally, and when you get to the base of the pit, right at the front, probably around here, you want to put a waiting point on. You can then progress over the pit, and on the other one I did, you can actually drive right over and off the other side, but this one obviously you stop at the end. So probably around here. You don't want it to actually hit the concrete back. Put another waypoint on and go into reverse driving. Make sure that is turned green. You can then reverse back slowly. I've actually picked something up another time. Doesn't matter though, you don't need anything in the bucket. And just go back enough so that you can have quite a good turn when you're heading over to the hoppers. So turn reverse driving off. And make your way over to one of the hoppers, it doesn't matter which one. What does matter though is that you are lined up with the hopper, and when you tip, it will actually tip in. Like there, I'm actually not lined up properly, so ideally you do want to be perfectly in line, otherwise it's not going to work. You want to set another waypoint there, and you want to go into reverse. You need to head backwards, turn reverse driving off, and take quite a wide berth so that you don't conflict with any of the other track you've just recorded. And then obviously the starting point is that arrow. You need to go the other side of it, so not behind it, you actually need to be in front. I wouldn't go too far in front, but you do actually have to be the other side of it. You can then end the course. The next thing you have to do, I've already done them of course, that's why it's already worked, but it's the shovel positions. I'm going to turn these off and do them again. Now your loading position, you want to be not on the floor, you don't want to be scraping the floor, but you want to be fairly low so that you pick up the lower stuff. You then want to click it and it should say OK, like that. We then want to do the transport position. Now obviously you don't want to be too high because you might flip the loader over. That is probably more than high enough, I would say. You can be right down here. Set the transport position. The pre-loading position is when it's going up to the hopper to sell it. So not super high, but high enough so that it clears the hopper. And then the unloading position, I always go right up to the top, tilt forwards, and that is our unloading position. So you now want to save this course. I'm just going to call it silage selling. And now you can reuse this course at any time in the future as long as you've got it saved. So, yep, I'm just going to drive the course. You can get out if you want to, and it should work if everything has gone to plan. It's taken a scoop, and it's heading over to the anaerobic digester over there. So, fingers crossed that is going to stay working. That's the method I have used before. I think it's the only way you can do it. But it does work, and it's very handy if you're trying to crack on with another job, if this thing is working in the background. Yeah, that's where I messed up. So just try and make sure that you actually do it properly. Unlike me, I will have to re-record this course just to make sure it is actually going in the hopper. So yep, I'm just going to record the course again just to make sure I don't tip over the side, because if you are over the side of the hopper, chances are you'll actually be wasting half of that. It'll just be going on the floor. So make sure you are actually over the hopper, and then everything should be good. So that is my course recorded again. I can now let it get on, and we're going to go back to the combines, get them started up, and we'll finish that field today. Into our Massey Ferguson. We've already got the class running. We've got a worker in there. So we can now head over to the field. One of the combines is almost full. The other one is sort of just over half full. We are probably going to have to set up the distance between the two though, like I did say before, because if one is full and the other one isn't, the one following isn't, it means that it's going to go and either crash into it, or it's going to go past it and probably make a mess because it will think it's on the right course but it's not. So we do need to probably set a distance between the two vehicles for it to be good in the future. But first we'll just take the two tractors back so that we can at least empty the first one. It's a good job we're close to the field. It was certainly a long way from field 17. Also, another good tip if you're actually running the courseplay and inspector mod, if you see on the left hand side near the top of the screen you've got all those different tractor names or vehicle names, if you keep seeing your loader appear on there, which you should see in a minute, then you know that it is still running as it should be. It should appear and disappear as it's having a load in the bucket. If it doesn't, you know it's crashed or something's happened to it. So it should flash up saying JCB in a minute. Any second. There you go. So we know it's still running fine. Bit of a mess here. Why are the two combines like this? They must have caught up, and then this is what I'm worried about, you see. This one's overtaken. Yeah, it has. That one's it's gone round it. That one was full. It's gone round it, and now it's ended up here. Just what I didn't want to happen. I think what I'll do is set this one way off in front of it, and then that one can follow. So that combine can stay there, working its way clockwise around the field. This one I'm going to go way over the other side of the field, so they should never catch up again until, of course, the field is finished. Now, despite it being a vast field, there isn't much left. There's only that centre bit. It won't take long at all, especially with these massive headers. I have really enjoyed doing these two fields though. It's nice to be able to do massive fields and just let two big combines get on with the job, rather than just going up and down all day with the small one. Although there is a lot to be said for the small machinery as well. They're all fun, but you've got to mix it up a bit. You can't just keep doing the same thing over and over. Okay, so that can go on there. There is the thing. Oh, we need to speed up time because it's actually full. If you don't speed time up, it blocks up. It can't process it quick enough. So it's still trying to empty out the bucket. Yeah. Okay. So back to the combines. Now I know my videos recently have been a little bit on the short side. I try and stick to 20 minutes. That is my goal for every video. Sometimes it just turns out that it's not possible. Sometimes I actually go over the 20 minutes. It just really depends on what I'm doing in the video or how busy I am in real life. Obviously if I'm really busy and haven't really got much time, I haven't got a great deal of time to throw out these videos. Most of the time I do always have plenty of time to make at least a 20-minute video. Sometimes even 2 videos a day, but not very often. Like yesterday in fact. I know that some are a bit on the repetitive side. That is something I try and avoid, but I know it does happen sometimes. Which in a way is one of the reasons why I finished Iron Horse Farm, because I was doing the same thing over and over again, and that was because of the lack of machinery, lack of money. So we're going to start on Melbury Estate. Obviously the map type doesn't make a difference. It's just I thought it'd be quite nice to try a different map instead of the same ones over and over. We are going to be moving on from Chellington to Chellington Extended as well, but that will obviously be when that's released. And Cobra Park Farm multiplayer will be sticking as it is for now, but that will probably transfer over to a different map at some stage. But I'm quite happy with the setup we've got at the moment. It does seem to be working quite well. So I've just stopped the combine to unload. It keeps a bigger distance between the two, but while I'm here I will also put the distance keeper on. That should help. And that can continue. This tractor can now stay here. We will turn the engine off and we'll jump over to the class. I don't know if you've noticed the money, but it is definitely going up there. We're certainly having a lot more money available, which, like I say, will be spent on probably a John Deere tractor, a really big one. So that money probably won't be staying around, but there is still lots more to come because it's only doing one silage pit at the moment. When we've finished all this harvesting, we're definitely going to have to go and wash the machinery. This tractor is, at least, this is one mucky thing. £10,000 a time it's giving us each bucket load of silage. 10,000 per bucket, and we're only getting about 25,000 per trailer for the grain. It just shows how expensive the silage really is. It's definitely the way to make money quick, but you have to have a way of actually getting the silage in the first place. Maize or grass or whatever. You have to actually have the equipment. So yeah, if you're playing on hard, I'm guessing for any map it would be very difficult to do it very quickly. At least when I come down here to sell stuff, you can actually see that it's still working. Right, only 20,000 for that one, unfortunately. The price is going down because we're selling more. I would quite like to buy that field over there, field number 19. Oh wow, look at that, on the final little triangle. One of the combines has got stuck in the middle. You have to set that going again. We'll probably go in the top combine, finish off that little segment. This one will obviously finish this in no time. One of them needs to be emptied. Which one? This one. Good. That makes it easy. Timing couldn't have been better. So I think we've done enough harvesting for a while now. We're not going to do any for probably a few weeks, unless we're doing it on a different map. Which means we'll be able to get to work on some cultivations, which I don't really do that much of. These are all different plans for the John Deere. Obviously with this map you can have some really big machinery, big implements as well. So let's just get this bit done and we can put it to the side. One of these combines, this one, is the rented one. Rent is going to run out in 7 days. Oh wow, I didn't realise I'd rented it for so long. So yeah, that should easily be able to finish that. We will fold this one up. Everything needs to be taken back to the yard. Probably just going to take it over to its header trailer. And then in the next episode we'll just be able to come here, take all the machinery back in one go, if the combines want to follow. I know sometimes they really do not want to follow you. You may have to do the combine separately. And we'll turn it off there. So that's one done. This is still slowly processing. We'll speed up time to 30. That's better. And this combine, yeah, it's just the awkward bit at the end. We'll probably turn the worker off actually. It'll make it much easier. This combine needs a wash. It's done more work though, it's ours. And there we go. Job done. All we have to do now is take this one back over there, take both the trailers at the same time, check up on the loader, and everything will be done for today. See if we can squeeze it into this trailer. Yeah, definitely. Just about enough space. Oh. And there's another one. Done. Now this is going to be very unimpressive. Don't crash into me. Wow, it didn't. Usually it does. That one was just 6,000. We better stop the course for that one. Are we going to reach 400,000? Maybe when the loader sells a bucket load. Not far off though. So next time what we'll do is we'll head back to the field with these two, and then we'll convoy the combines back, and then we'll give everything that needs to be washed a good old wash. This is slowly getting it done, but you can see how much money we are going to make from this. This pit on the right, which is the one it's doing now, it was the smaller one. It had less in it than this one. So just imagine how much there actually is here. Incredible. This is all from one field. Anyway, that can continue again next time. I've just noticed it says temporary course, so I better save that again. And then we'll be able to get it going again when we come back on Chellington Farm again. So until next time, thanks for watching, and bye for now.